The movie begins with an intense battle between the Justice League and the Legion of Doom, a league of supervillains led by Lex Luthor. The League of Doom attacks the Justice League as they are all about to unveil their new headquarters, later dubbed the Hall of Justice. The superheroes quickly spring into action and capture them one at a time. Superman disarms Lex with his gigantic robot suit, Batman immobilizes Grundy with electricity, and Wonder Woman captures Cheetah with the lasso of truth. Meanwhile, the Flash faces off with the Weather Wizard and takes his wand away, crippling his powers. The Cyborg overpowers the Toy Master's weapons and destroys his control gauntlet. With the supervillains captured, Weather Wizard runs for it when he gets possessed by what looks like a shadow monster, later known to be a corruptor. Superman faces him head-on but is sent flying with its powers. Wonder Woman realizes that the possessed Weather Wizard uses magic, unlike anything in this realm. So everyone tries to help take him down. Robin gets frustrated as Batman forces him to do tedious tasks like securing people's safety, so he ignores Batman's orders and hops on the Batwing to take on the villain in the air. He arms the Batwing's missiles and flies them straight at the Weather Wizard, which knocks him out and throws the Corruptor out of his body. With the Weather Wizard losing memories of what happened, Batman rebukes Robin for ignoring orders and going out of his way to fight the enemy. Superman tries to reason with Batman, but he and Flash and Cyborg decide to respect Batman's parenting skills. The next day, Nightwing is seen driving Robin to the Teen Titans headquarters per Batman's instructions. Batman hopes that Robin will learn teamwork by being part of one that is within his age. The Teen Titans are seen carrying on with their daily hologram training when Starfire informs the team of Robin's arrival. The Teen Titans involve the ever-transforming Beast Boy, capable of changing into any animal, the Blue Beetle, equipped with highly advanced alien technology called the Scarab, which turns into a beetle-like exoskeleton, and Raven, a mysterious witch with unknown powers. Robin's arrogance quickly ticks off the team when he hogs the hologram training, and Blue Beetle confronts him. The two later fight, but when Robin beats him down, the alien scarab of the Blue Beetle takes over and fires off a massive beam at Robin. Robin gets hit with it at point-blank range and half of his face gets burned out. Raven steps in and offers to heal Robin, but she gets weak after the good deed. Meanwhile, Batman works through the night trying to figure out what happened to the Weather Wizard. He gets stumped when surveillance videos show blind spots in low-quality videos. Luckily, Cyborg came in and helped clear the video, and Batman was able to figure out that a shadow being was lying in wait. He suspects that the Weather Wizard was only stumbled upon it, but its intended target was different. Back at Metropolis, Superman does laundry while talking to Wonder Woman over the phone about their plans for the night. He later notices something scurrying behind him when the room turns cold and the door closes. Later, the room is filled with darkness that enters Superman and possesses him. Later that evening, Superman and Wonder Woman casually start a conversation when Superman is seen aloof and preoccupied with things. When Wonder Woman tries to comfort him and holds his hand, Superman brushes her off and runs away. He's later seen in an abandoned building, banging his head against the wall, trying to turn off the voices in his head. Unable to completely turn them off, he is later possessed by the Corruptor and turns dark. He later flies off into the distance, confronting the Atomic Skull, which attacks a building. Superman quickly beats him up even after he surrenders, and the Justice League arrives to stop him. When Superman tries to lunge at Wonder Woman, Batman comes with a chunk of kryptonite, significantly weakening him, Superman retreating and flying off into the air. Later, Superman is seen flying into the desert where he unearths an ancient shrine built by Satanists to be used by Trigon to pass into this dimension. Batman has Cyborg track Superman's movements when he loses sight of him. Batman suspects that these creatures cannot remain in the host if the host is damaged. He regrets not having done more for Superman to break free from his possession when he already had him in his hands. Later that night, Robin meets with Raven and thanks her for healing him when he immediately complains about her looking at his memories. Raven explains that she's an empath and she couldn't help but try to shake off whatever she saw in his mind. Robin starts talking about how Ra's al Ghul, his grandfather, was a great man who planned to strengthen the world and rule it together. Raven says Raj is a madman and a demon while claiming to know of demons herself. Robin explains that just as Raven saw things in his head, he also saw something in hers and asked who the man or it was. Raven claims he is just a dream and to leave it alone. Robin later breaks into Starfire's office, who tries to investigate Raven's past and worries that they have no information on her at all. Starfire explains that when Raven came to them, she was young with no father or mother and grew up in a hostile realm. Unlike the one Starfire came from, he fears that not knowing about everything leaves them blind when Starfire explains that they need to have faith, especially when helping people in need. Later, Starfire talks with Nightwing about how Damian, Robin, doesn't fit in with the team. She later has the brilliant idea of taking the kids out for fun to help build bonds between them. Thanks to Nightwing's help, Starfire later brings the Teen Titans to the amusement park as civilians to enjoy the night and form strong bonds with each other. They later enjoyed each other's company over silly games and rides. When Blue Beetle gets beaten by Beast Boy at dancing, Robin steps up only to beat him at his own game. While everyone's focused on the dance battle between the two, Raven is lured to the hills, where Trigon's Sentinels lead her to meet with him. After a quick reunion between Raven and Trigon, his father, the Corruptors, attack Raven, determined to take her back. The Teen Titans immediately spring into action and help their friend. When they momentarily defeat them, Raven reveals the truth of her past and who she is. She explains that her mother used to be in a cult that took part in a Satan's bride rite. When Trigon appeared before them, her mother grabbed his hand and they copulated, giving birth to Raven. When her mother realized her mistake, she and Raven ran away from Trigon, where they were taken in by mystics of Azarath, another dimension that is said to be a realm of beauty, peace, and tranquility. When Raven was curious about her origins and used her powers, she unwittingly summoned Trigon to Azarath. He destroyed everything and everyone in it except for her. She lost the people who protected them and her mother because of her recklessness. Trigon took her back to her dimension when Raven realizes she was stronger than him and manages to trap Trigon in a crystal. She later left Trigon's dimension in search of a new home. When Blue Beetle was asked why she did not return to Azarath to start over, Raven responds they are standing in what remains of Azarath. Raven and the Teen Titans return to their dimension and she bids them farewell, hoping she will get ahead of Trigon before he finds her again. Before she leaves, she places a protective spell on the Titans to protect them from being possessed by the Corruptors. Robin convinces her to stand firm against Trigon as they will face him together. Out of nowhere, a boom tube portal opens and the Justice League arrives to take in Raven. Starfire explains the situation, but Batman insists she return with them. Suddenly, the Corruptors come and the Justice League gets possessed. Batman tries to fight off the possession by injecting himself with a neurotoxin, originally intended for Bane. The Titans face a possessed Wonder Woman, Cyborg, and the Flash. They are easily outmatched, and Raven was forced to return with them when Wonder Woman mangled Starfire's head, and Flash had his hands on Robin's heart. As Raven and the others travel through the portal, the Blue Beetle incapacitates Cyborg and frees him from possession. Raven returns with the possessed Wonder Woman and Flash, and the possessed Superman greets them. With the shrine up and running, Raven is forced to power it up to act as a conduit for Trigon to enter the world. At the Titan's Tower, Robin explains that he has Raven tracked to the middle of the desert just 60 miles north of Kahndaq City. He explains that he placed trackers on everyone when he first met them. Cyborg fears they don't stand a chance now that they have Superman, but Robin assures him he has a plan. The Teen Titans arrive at the battlefield prepared for the possessed Justice League members. Robin confronted Superman with a shard of kryptonite and stabbed him, which frees him from the possession. With Superman back at their side, he faces off with the Flash. Although the Flash overwhelms him with his speed, Superman uses a pinpoint kick to break his ankle, which frees him from the possession. The only thing left to do is free Wonder Woman, who Superman uses the Lasso of Truth on to break her free from its possession. The Titans arrive at the shrine, albeit too late, as Raven has already opened the portal for Trigon to enter their realm, which looks like a massive demon who emerged from Hell to destroy the world. Raven suggests she return to Hell to retrieve the crystal she used to imprison Trigon before, while the remaining Justice League members distract or delay Trigon. Cyborg and the Titans arrive at Hell, where horrendous beasts and creatures of all forms greet them. Beast Boy undergoes a painful transformation to manifest this realm's beasts. When they beat all the flying creatures, they are confronted by Trigon's Sentinels, who combine to form a three-headed creature. While Cyborg, Starfire, Blue Beetle, and Beast Boy keep it busy, Raven and Robin head to the center to retrieve the crystal. As Raven is about to grab it, Ra's al Ghul appears before her and shatters it to 1,000,000 pieces, with only his sword. Robin arrives to fight Ra's while Raven salvages whatever is left of the crystal. Robin initially hesitates as he deeply admires his grandfather, but quickly sides with the Titans when he finally sees the error of his ways. Roz claims that his immortality came from Trigon, including the Lazarus Pit's rejuvenating powers. Robin beheads him while Raven starts chanting her spell. Back on Earth, Superman, Wonder Woman, and the Flash struggle to beat Trigon as their attacks merely make a dent on him. Trigon doesn't even fight back and continues its march to the city. When Raven finishes her spell, a massive shadow covers the ground and swallows Trigon in the darkness, where he's slowly drawn back to the crystal. With Trigon trapped and secured in the crystal, Raven bids the team farewell as she's determined to watch over the crystal to prevent this catastrophe from happening again. Robin quotes some wise words from Robert Frost, which even amazes Starfire. Raven is convinced to return to Earth with the crystal. A week passed and Batman confirmed no more signs of the Corruptors. The Justice League commends Starfire for her leadership and the Teen Titans for saving the world. Cyborg's later seen at the Titans headquarters bringing pizza, which the Justice League witnesses. Cyborg notices Raven is wearing the crystal on her forehead and responds that it would be easier to keep watch over it this way. In a post-credit scene, a mysterious girl is hovering on a rock headed towards the Titans Tower. The end. Thanks so much for watching. Check out these other videos and make sure to subscribe and tap that bell to be notified about our latest videos. We'll see you next time.